Well, what's going on? Made the track up from Texas, right?
Yes, sir. We finally made it. It was a long-ass ride.
What you been doing this last year leading up to even coming here and making a decision?
Man, we just been racing. Everyone knows me, knows I like to race. You know, I'll go, if the doors are open, I'm going to be there racing and trying to support it. We had a pretty good year last year. I think we won 11 races. So we just made the decision, we're rolling good. We might as well try to come up here and see what we can do.
And what tracks are you usually running on?
I usually run RPM, Big O, 82, a little bit of Devil's Bowl. Then we follow the little series, you know, the American Modified Series and the Tom Series around, and try to hit USMTS if they're close.
So you actually were one of the most recent guys I can think of that tried to build their own car. What was that like? And then obviously now you're in an IRP, Ingalls does good stuff. But how was that process of modified, you know, one of those most technical cars? You know, it's basically a late model with little tires, so everything else matters just as much.
It wasn't really as big of a deal as I thought. I built my own cars before. Like in 07 I built a car. And then 2009 we really didn't build the entire car, but we pretty much built the whole car. So I said, hell, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I had some ideas, and honestly they worked, but I kind of overdid it. I really thought that the big problem with these modifieds is trying to get them to turn. I always fought that for years and years and years. Like, man, you can get them good, and then they're too tight in the center. And then when you try to free them up, you ain't gonna drive off. So I said, man, I'm gonna build one and just totally trick out the front end and try to do everything I can to make the car turn. So I did, and I think I overdid it because that car turned entirely too good. It was like I was always fighting free. And it was kind of at the point in time where I was like, man, I really don't want to chase it. So we'll just go buy something else and get a little better. And maybe I'm thinking maybe doing it again probably next year.
Now, of course, you're here in the Outlaw Modified. Rolling modified chassis can be expensive. How much was that build when you did it compared to a production car?
I think I had, no, this is just the chassis. I had about 2,370 in just the tubing.
With the body on it or roller?
No, that was just tubing, and I used all chrome ollie, good stuff. But that was tubing, powder coat, buying a frame, you know, and doing all this stuff. And then there's a whole lot of little brackets you got to buy that it's just easier to buy them than build them. You know, seatbelt tabs, body tabs, bumper tabs, this and that, gussets, all that. You know, you'll go over there and spend, you know, $500-600 just on little tabs for everything. We were probably around 14 to get it rolling.
Okay.
12 to 14. And we had, you know, a few things that kind of got sponsored to us and stuff like that to help out some of the costs, but we were right around that number.
So it was a little cheaper, about 40% on the yield?
Yeah, it was a little cheaper to do it ourselves, but it wasn't, you know, the work and the time you put in on it, it wasn't really cheaper if you start adding up man hours, you know what I mean?
So what do you think about this place, this track? It seems like everything's went pretty smooth from what we've seen so far, a lot better than what people thought it would be.
Well, I know it sounds kind of silly, but I haven't even seen it. I walked up and looked at it, but I haven't seen a car go around it yet.
Right.
The time I went up there to go watch yesterday, as soon as I got up there and sat down in my seat, it started raining. So I've been watching it over there on the TV, and I don't know, I'm gonna go up here in a minute and watch some heat races because we're getting pretty close to racing. But from what I've gathered by talking to all these guys that raced on it, it's pretty wild, but it's not as crazy as they were expecting. They said it's, you know, it's pretty, I guess, kind of normal. You know, everyone's kind of running normal setups. They were expecting it was going to be just crazy fast, but they were like, man, it's really not that bad once you get out on it. You know, you don't really realize how fast you're going. It feels kind of racy and it feels like you can do stuff. They said when you notice you're going fast is when someone wrecks in front of you, or caution comes out and everyone shuts down, and you're like, damn, we really are going fast.
Yeah, we already had 2 flips in the 604s, so.
I didn't even know that. I hadn't been watching.
Upside down. So they're getting after it, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully that's the deal I worry about is, you know, as long as we load this thing in the trailer and it's not tore up, that'll be a win. But and we'll see what we can do. Obviously, I'm gonna try to win every race I'm in. Everyone knows that. But the main thing is having fun, enjoying it, and try to finish in one piece.
What's some of the main names you that stick out in your mind when you see them?
Man, I think Stricker's going to be hard to beat. Outlaw modified deal. That's just me. And then I heard Logano's in one. Crafton's in one, and obviously Ricky Thornton, that dude can wheel anything. He's going to be good.
And then everyone else from every little pocket. You got Hennigan over there. You got a bunch of others.
And that's still, I don't know many UMP guys, but you know there's a lot of damn good UMP racers. It's just they're from a different part of the country we are, so we really don't know a whole lot of them. So there's going to be a lot of guys you go out there and you look on the sheet, and guys like me go, well, who the hell's that? He's probably going to go out there and whip your ass, you know? I mean, that's just the way it is. There's a lot of good racers all over the country that, you know, guys in other parts of the country really don't know.